Hello, and today we're going to have an interview with Powerful Steve. So, Steve,
Yes,
please tell me something about yourself.
I'm Powerful Steve. I was born in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I actually was raised in Canada, and in 2001 I discovered my heritage, and I'm from West Africa. So I consider myself a son of Africa.
Okay, so you're from West Africa. That is interesting. What country in West Africa?
Well, I will tell you, but usually I don't really tell a lot of people, and there is
Okay,
actually a reason for that.
okay,
But I am from Nigeria.
okay.
Um, I don't tell a lot of people that because I notice that among our people, there's still a lot of tribal wars and tribal differences. And so I want to be a part of, bringing our people together. And so I just say West Africa usually. And I'm a son of Africa. All
Okay.
right. Can you relate to that?
That's very interesting, yeah, because I am half African. My
Okay.
late father came from Cameroon,
Mm-hmm.
West Africa, which is next to Nigeria.
Right.
They're border countries, and my late mother came from Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of
So I'm just curious, what half of you is African?
half Cameroonian. Oh, is it the top? Uh, Somebody actually asked me, is it the top or the bottom or
Well,
the
the
left or
thing
the
about it
right?
is, you said you're half African. Like
Huh?
it just sounded funny the way you said it.
Well, some people say
So,
that they're 1/8 Irish. I've heard of people who say that they're one
uh,
third and 1/8
right.
Irish. I don't know how they calculate it.
Oh, they got Irish blood in them. I mean, when you really think about it, right, we're all connected some way somehow,
Okay.
right? The origin of man started in Africa,
Yeah.
and we evolved into what we are now. But if you were to rewind time, you would find that we're all connected, anyways.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, what is your main occupation? So, what do you do for a living?
Well, if I
Powerful
if I
Steve.
tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a secret agent, and I work for the government.
Secret agent? Really? You're a comedian. No, I'm
Yeah,
no
well,
for real.
that's
So, what
that's
do you
that's
do?
one of the characteristics of Powerful Steve. I love to
Mm.
laugh. I love to make other people
Yeah.
laugh as well, right?
Yeah.
I do act as well. Matter of
Mm.
fact, I was in the field of acting before COVID-19, and COVID-19 kind of pulled my security blanket from underneath me because that was my major source of income, and it went from hero to zero,
Okay.
right? So in doing so, I actually started working for a courier company called FedEx,
Okay.
and in that period of time, I had to reinvent myself, and I tore my meniscus. I slipped on a patch of ice, and I tore my meniscus in my left knee,
Okay.
and so at that particular point, I realized that from here on in, I got to use my mental faculties in order to generate capital.
Okay.
So I started to learn about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, NFTs, the metaverse, and I'm happy to say now, I don't know what you call that title, but that is the area in which I function now, and that's the area where I generate the majority of my income.
Okay, that's interesting. You
Yeah.
mentioned NFT for the listeners who do not know NFT. So what is
NFT is
NFT?
non-fungible token,
Okay.
and essentially it's digital artwork.
Okay.
So each and every person
Mm-hmm.
have their intellectual properties,
Okay.
and so you have the opportunity now to market your own properties on a greater scale through the blockchain.
Okay.
And the powerful thing about that is because of the World Wide Web,
Mm-hmm.
you have a broader base
Mm-hmm.
where you can market your products, and you can do quite well if you got enough people liking your work. I'm actually working on right now what is my superpower. My superpower is my ability to orate. I'm an inspirational speaker, so I'm actually looking into how do I make that an NFT. Yeah, so if there's anybody out there listening right now, maybe want to pop off a message. I need to know, how do you do the process of that? It's one thing to have an artwork, a picture of some sort, but my superpower is my ability to orate and inspire you. So I just want to know how to NFT that.
Okay, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So I hear you are also an author. I heard that from the grapevine. Is
Yes.
that true?
Yes, that is
How
true.
many books?
Well, I can tell you from the perspective of I have two books that I personally published myself, and there's three other books that I wrote a chapter in. So that's five books out there with my name on it, and then there is nine other books that I've written and I have not yet published. I they're sitting down there, and probably another book will come out this year. But there's so much going on in my life right now. Publishing the books is actually not on the top of priority right now,
Okay.
but it'll happen before I die. I'm gonna live till over 100 anyway, so I still got 60 years.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
good to be that positive. So you said you have so much going on in your life.
yeah.
So what else are you doing in your life which is exciting, worth sharing?
Well, I can tell you, I launched the year starting a new program. It's called the Map Book, and it stands for the Mind Assistance Program. It's actually a friend of mine from Brampton. His name is Richard Adokesi, and I consider this product here an investment, and I consider it genius. He did an absolutely remarkable job in structuring this book that allows you to structure yourself, utilizing, of course, refocusing your mental faculties and getting more done. And he broke it down from, you look at the perspective of the year, and then you break it down into months, and then you break it down into weeks, and then you break it down into days. And so that's what I love about the program. But I didn't know this part, that there is a community of people that have invested in the program, 65. It might even be a little bit more than that
Wow.
now. But the powerful thing about it is, Francisca, you don't have to go through this alone, right? You got a community that will hold you accountable to your goals. See, that's the powerful thing. Richard is not telling me what my goals are. He's saying, no, write down your goals, prioritize, and the community will help you accomplish. So you got a daily checklist of, 7 things, and you got this t-shirt you could wear that says addicted to check marks. And since I really started the program, I've hit 5, 6, and 7 check marks. I haven't gone below 5 check marks. So there are times where I didn't feel like doing some of the things on the list, but then I remember I got to take a picture of it and post it in a room where everybody's going to see. So I said, I better do these things, right? So it gives you that drive, and then you develop habitually, like it says, you become addicted to check marks. So, Richard Adokesi, once again, I'm going to salute you, my brother. You have an awesome product here, and allow me to agree with you and decree and declare 1 billion users, 1 billion investors. Can you imagine, Francesca? Can you imagine how much the world would change if we actually got 1 billion people having the Mind Assistant program as their best friend?
Yes.
Can you imagine how much we'll change the world? And guys, I do believe that I'm a world changer. I don't know about you, but I do believe I'm a world changer. So stay tuned.
That's very good. So share something that you and I have in common, because I am also in the program. Share something that you have noticed that you and I have in common because of the Map Book program.
Well, we've been friends since 2015, so that's
Yeah.
what, 7, 8 years, right? Actually, it's 2023 now, so we could say we're in our 8th year, right? That's the 8. That's infinity, the number of new beginnings, all
Yeah.
that stuff. I don't know if any numerologies out there. I'm not really into it that much, but I know a little bit, right? But we've connected. We actually learned that we have the same car. We drive the same automobile, same color and same year. Imagine that, 2017 Nissan Rogue.
Blue.
We love the same kind of foods. We love the same kind of color. You guys will notice a lot of times you'll see me wearing either purple or maroon. And I have to tell you guys, I didn't know this, right? Maybe somebody could even agree with me, and I ask you if you're into that area as well. But how do you feel when you wear certain colors? Because when I put on maroon and purple, it makes me feel regal. It makes me feel empowered,
Okay.
right? And so that's why most of the time you'll see me wearing something in that sort of the color scheme. I love purple and I love maroon.
Now,
Yeah,
yesterday I wore a purple coat. This
that
is
is
scary.
true. That is true. We did a Facebook Live yesterday. Um, Francesca's, stepping up and doing some things that she didn't traditionally do, and she wants to do it on a consistent basis. So she called me up and said, "Steve, I see you out there, spreading your wings and flying and doing all these Facebook Live. Can you do some coaching for me?" I said, "Sure. I mean, hey, what are friends for, right?" So we're here, and she said she wants to interview me, and so, hey, once again, what are friends for? So next question,
Okay,
please.
thank you.
Yeah.
I listened to one of your videos and you mentioned the adjective laser focus.
Ah,
Can you explain more about that and why did you talk
yeah.
about laser focus?
Well, first of all, for me, it's very important because I was being placed with a lot of labels when I was younger. They said I couldn't sit still and all that stuff. ADD, ADHD, attention, hyperactive disorder. I don't even remember what it is, but they were labeling me with these things. But I'm grateful that I had parents that didn't really believe in those things and to be medicated. That's the thing, they want to medicate you so to control your hyperactiveness and so forth. But I know that I was a person that I was easily distracted. Yeah. If I'm in a room and I see something shiny moving across the room, I'd be distracted, right? And so, being a motivational speaker, and the first book that I wrote, I started to a chapter in my book. I started to talk about focus, and then it moved from that we are light bearers, right? And so there is something that's called a laser beam. And a laser beam has the ability to penetrate steel. And a lot of people don't realize that a laser beam is actually light, but it's focused light, right? So if you take a flashlight, for instance, and shine it on something metal, you put the flashlight close enough to it, then when you feel the metal, you'll feel a light warm because the flashlight is actually giving off heat, right? But it's not strong enough to do much more than just warming up the steel. But then when you focus that light, it penetrates the steel. And so laser focus is when you really want to accomplish some things in your life. You got to get laser focus, meaning don't let anybody distract you. And you're so laser focused that you're not focusing on what's going on around you because you're laser focused, right? Think of a dartboard. The dartboard has all the circles, the 10, the 20, the 19 and all that. And then right in the center of the dartboard, it has what they call the bullseye. Okay, so you want to hit the bullseye, you got to be laser focused. 20 is not good enough. 19 is not good enough. You want to hit that dead center, you got to be laser focused. So yeah, I hope that helped you.
That's very good. So if you were to have a magic wand and you were to change something in
Right.
this world, what could it be and why?
Well, it's an interesting question. I'm going to have to answer it this way, Francesca, because I actually do have a magic wand.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
So, the magic in the wand, guys, is your ability to know who you are. Okay? So as I said, I'm a king. Why? Because I serve the King of Kings. So if he's the King of Kings, who are the kings? Right? He already said that you ought to have dominion. Each and every one of us. Guys, there's no fighting here. I don't have to fight with you for your dominion. I don't have to fight with you, Francisca, for your territory. You got territory, I got territory. There's no competition here. So I know who I am. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I know that I have authority, and that's where I'm talking about when I say the magic wand. Because if you notice, a king, he would make what? Decrees and declaration. And if he has a kingdom and he has subjects, they will document everything that the king says, because the king's words has to come to pass. And so essentially, That's the magic wand, is to be able to make the decrees and declaration and then fulfill it, right? So I know what you meant about the magic wand, the fairy tale princess and so forth, and turn the carriage. Well, I think was it a frog that they turned into the carriage at Cinderella?
Yeah, something
What
like
was
that.
it?
The ugly.
Or was it a
ugly,
mouse? I think it was a mouse.
One of that. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
something like that. Guys, help me
Can't
out. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but the fairy princess, she hit some live little rodent, and the carriage came about, and so forth, and she had these glass slippers, etc., etc. But really and truly, we all have magic inside of us that we can make happen. So it's not about having a fairy princess, but to know that you are a king and you are a queen, and your words have authority, and it carries weight.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any question you would have liked me to ask you, which I did not ask you?
Well, I want to close, and I want to say, because we are closing right now, right?
Yes, we are.
Francesca has a code that she's going to put up in here, and the code is going to give you directives to get plugged in. I like that word, get plugged in. Because, once you get plugged in, all you got to do is flip the switch, right? And power. You're generated with power. The Mind Assistant program, guys, I endorse this 100%. Matter of fact, I will tell you 1,000%. I am getting great results in my life, and I'm speaking from experience. So get plugged in. Reach out to Francesca. She will give you a link to sign up in the program, and let's go. Guys, we're going to have, meetings, gatherings. We meet every Sunday, but there's going to be a big shindig at the end of the year. I don't know if it's top secret with Richard right now as to where we're going to go and what we're going to do. But guys, if you want to have, a great time closing out your year with just a group of people that is just filled with positive energy, you want to get plugged into the map book, the Mind Assistant program, and let's get started. I leave this with you guys. Keep your thoughts positive, because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive, because your words become your actions. Keep your actions positive, because your actions develop your habits. Yeah. Keep your habits positive, because your habits becomes what you value, and keep your values positive, because your values will lead you to your destiny. We all have a destiny, guys, and let's soar to it in a positive attitude. Remember, gratitude and altitude is your attitude. Peace out. Be blessed, each and every one of you. Thank you very much, Francesca, for doing this.
And thank you very much. Okay, Steve, till next time.
All right. Can I do my thing when I close out? Is that all right? Sure. I'm Powerful Steve, and remember, aim high, spread wings, fly.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
End this.